Hello, it's Tania, Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to your new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius happening February 15th, 9:05 p.m. London, 4:05 p.m. New York, 1:05 p.m. LA. Now, Aquarius is about independence, and new moon, especially the eclipse, is about something that begins fresh. You know, the next 6 months for you are going to be about independence and freedom. Not only because of Aquarius, which rules that kind of breakthrough energy, but also because Uranus forms a very, very strong aspect to the sun and moon. And we also have the time, 9:05, 1:05, 4:05. 5 is the number of freedom in numerology. So we've got a lot of independence, adventure, taking risks, going your own way. Aquarius also rules big, open spaces, galactic feeling, you know, where you actually get in touch with the fact that we're not just earthlings, we are universal, eternal souls. We have transversed and traveled universes. We've not only lived here. We are explorers and we are adventurers at heart. And so living in the moment, which is what this whole year is about, 2018 is an 11 universal year, which is totally about being completely present. Number 11, walking through the portal, taking no thought for tomorrow, living completely for now without worry, right? So Aquarius is very similar in that risk-taking feeling. So being independent is important. Breaking out of old patterns that are no longer important, they don't serve you anymore. Being different, being unique, looking at your inner genius, embracing how you are completely made up of your own code, you have your own way, are going through this journey eternally in the way you want to express yourself, with no regard to what others expect of you. That is what Aquarius is about. So what I love too about this eclipse, which is the second eclipse of two, they usually come in pairs. So we had the Leo total lunar eclipse 2 weeks ago. Now we have the Aquarius new moon solar eclipse. What I love about it is that all planets, all of them, are still moving forward, moving direct. And that direct motion is actually happens maybe once a year at the most. Some years it doesn't happen at all. But this year it's happening for 65 straight days. Now that's pretty unheard of. Usually it lasts from a few days to maybe 30 days or so where all planets are moving forward. Like I said, it's rare anyway to begin with, so to have it happen for over 2 months is really amazing. So the two eclipses happen to fall during this huge opening of direct motion, which means forward momentum, right? It means, you know, your plans are now much more easily being able to be implemented and manifested because there's a surge of energy that's propelling you forward. Now, this will happen until March 8th, just so you know. That's when Jupiter stations retrograde. So, for this Aquarius solar eclipse, the sun and moon are at 27 degrees, and it happens on the 15th of February. 27 reduces to 9, 15 reduces to 6. These two numbers, 27 and 15, are about love. Love, love, love. So the freedom you're going to experience has to go through the portal of compassion, kindness, anything to do with resonating with another and accepting them unconditionally, unconditional love, right? And that's how you start to feel good again about yourself, because you're basically saying everybody else has their own way. I can't judge it. I'm here to discover what makes me happy, and I respect how others make themselves happy. And that is the genius moment you know, that starts everything off. Now, the south node of the moon, which is in Aquarius right now, is at 15 degrees. And this is happening on February 15th. So number 15 is about spiritual alchemy. It's about transforming people through joy, love, uplifting them. So this is a very beautiful code, and the whole date of February 15th, 2018 adds up to the number 19. And 19 is the Prince of Heaven number. Prince of Heaven, which the ancient Chaldean priests, they named it after the sun. Now, why is this important? Well, this eclipse happens in Aquarius, of course, but we are in the Aquarius-Leo axis right now. So the eclipse 2 weeks ago was in Leo. So, long story short, Leo is ruled by the sun. And so we've got a big light sun enlightenment, just shining a luminous light onto you and allowing your light to shine. We have that message in both the astrology and the numerology, which is why it's so fantastic to look at both at the same time. They are, after all, sister sciences, sister divination arts. So sun and moon are enhanced in the numerology code as well. Now, the other thing is they are conjunct Mercury, and Mercury and Uranus are very connected to the mind. So they like each other. They have a similar kind of vibe about them, right? So Mercury activates your intelligence. Mercury activates how you think, your mindfulness, exploring things through information, through connection, through media, through conversation. It's about your message. And of course, because of the code, the message now is about love. You know, it is very important to understand that the more compassion you have, the more progress you are going to make. But what's even more exciting, and I alluded to it at the onset of the video, is that Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, is forming a beautiful sextile to the sun and moon and Mercury. And so that means exciting news is coming your way in some way, stimulating conversations, lots of choices, lots of decisions that are helping you break out of the mold, where you're thrilled actually about trying something brand new and you have the confidence to do it. So you're having a kind of awakening. You're going in a new direction. You're thinking in a new way. You're being more mindful with Mercury. And so that new direction brings delightful new discoveries. And of course, life is all about having that joyful sense of exploration, you know, that fun. That's how we get ignited. That's how we get passionate. Now, Mercury and Uranus together as well means that your message is coming out in a new way, a more exciting way. It will reach more people. The information is getting out more. You're using video, you know, email, blogging, vlogging, whatever it is. It's your time to just try things out, take a risk, because the universe is supporting you getting your message out in a new way. Now, Mercury is very fast, quick-minded. It's variable. It's very adaptable. It's very curious. So Mercury next to the sun and moon is going to make you, for the next 6 months, really investigate more. And you'll feel an increasing urge to connect with others, to talk more or to write more, right? To explore more. Now, some other transits during this eclipse are that Mars squares Neptune. So here we have a situation where Mars wants to go into Neptune territory of spirituality and wake up, stimulate your soul-centered awareness. And because it's a square, you're really going to feel a call to action to do this, because squares are very motivating. They cause a kind of friction, and the friction is like, okay, get up and get it done, right? So Mars square Neptune is going to create a focus on the spiritual, putting the passion, putting the fire into what is really meaningful to you, and don't get into the illusion. Neptune can be on the shadow side, about where you're not giving the full accountability. You're not telling the whole truth. You're sort of putting a veil in front of you. So Mars is going to come in and say, okay, we need to really show who we are on a spiritual, on a soul-centered way. Another transit is the sun and moon are square to Jupiter. Now, this is a different kind of a square. Any square to Jupiter activates you to create momentum for fortunate events, for financial windfalls, for expanding your reach, for feeling joyful. So this is about gratitude. This is about going on new adventures. You just want to watch overdoing it with a square. So don't waste your energy. Don't go into things that may not be appropriate or may not be as important as other things might be. Then finally, we have Venus sextile Saturn. And so this is gorgeous. I love this because this eclipse actually happens a day after Valentine's Day, 14th of February, and the eclipse is on the 15th. And Venus sextile Saturn is all about two things: going into a partnership, wanting companionship, wanting to be loved for who you are, but also taking it deeper. So it's beautiful for if you want more commitment from your partner. The second thing is that Venus and Saturn coming together means that you're going to put more focus on your business, on creating abundance, on actually financial expansion. Venus rules the second house in astrology and the seventh house. So the seventh house is partnership, the second house is financial. It is your values. It is really a powerful moment for you to look at your financial expansion, because Saturn wants to see what's working and what's not, right? Now remember, eclipses, their effect lasts for at least 6 months, right? That's in general, 6 months. If you have the sun and moon in your chart making a strong aspect to one of your natal planets or to your ascendant, your midheaven, your seventh house cusp, etc., those are going to affect you for 2 years, especially if it's a conjunction. But for in general, everything I just told you about this eclipse is going to be active for you for the next 6 months. So we're talking about freedom, expansion, all planets moving direct, forward momentum, right? This is very, very, very exciting. And so take advantage of things that seem different, out of the box, surprising, unexpected. Those are the wake-up calls for you to generate that awakening that is based in love, in compassion, right? Self-love and unconditional love. So now to get the weekly forecast that takes you in between the full moon, new moon events where I give you the highlights of the week, just click on this link. It takes you to a page where you can sign up to my free weekly forecast that get delivered every Sunday into your inbox, and it just gives you the general view of what's coming up so you can plan your week. So have a beautiful, beautiful Aquarius solar eclipse, and I'll see you later in March for another incredible full moon, believe it or not, at 11 degrees. It's just unbelievable. So I can't wait to share that with you. Lots of love. Bye-bye for now.